I'm live. A little bit of impromptu going live. I've been going live a lot lately. So I went live earlier today, and that was for my first episode of Coffee and Cameras. That's a morning podcast live stream for the members of my YouTube channel only. So if you want to be a part of that, as well as my private Discord for my members only, then click that join button below and become a member of this channel, and you'll get access to that and much more, just basically exclusive content, etc. So I really enjoyed doing it. Coffees and Camera was really cool. It was something that I want to do for a morning start of the day, all about cameras and just pretty much a place for us to geek out via live stream. So with that said, this is for everybody. So I was talking about and just basically pre-planning doing a real estate video shoot later this week, and I decided, you know what, this could be some great content to bring and share to all of you. Me packing up my bag and also sharing the reason why I decided to go with the Nikon Z6III over the Lumix S5 Mark II. So yeah, I just want to share all this with you and see, if you have any questions, feel free to post them down below. Of course, if you like this content and want to see more of it, you got to subscribe. And of course, hit the bell icon so that you get notifications for upcoming content. So right now I'm on the Hohem M7 gimbal, and it's doing a great job following me. Check that out. Hey, look at that. It's actually pretty good. I wish you could make my face like not so dead center. I would like it if it gave me like more of that kind of a composition. That could be cool, but it doesn't stay. So, but I do like it a lot. I do like it. It's very responsive with this face detect autofocus. Look at that. Very smooth, very smooth. Let's see. Let me change it to this right here, the mode situation. And then I'm just playing around with my auto detect, my face detect. It's doing a great job. Follow me. If you like this, feel free to press that like button on the way in. So right now, let me show you all what I'm working with, which is, let me go right here and turn this around. Okay, so you can see my gear. I got my bag right there. I got the sack pack. Have you ever heard of a sack? They do camera saddles, etc., and all sorts of bags now. But this is their first like video centric backpack. Hey Albert, good to see you, man. Good to see you. And I'm also going to be packing up that right there, which is my video rig that I'll be using for the real estate shoot. It's the RS3 Pro right there, which is really nice. And what else would I be doing? So I'll be replacing that camera, the Lumix S5 Mark II, and I'm going to be using the Nikon Z6 Mark III, which you can see right there. That's what I'll be using. And then I'll be packing up my lenses and other stuff with it as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and first take off this camera right here. Okay, Beep. Let me see. All right, you're in my tree right here. Goodness gracious, I tell you. All right, so with that said, I plan on switching out the Lumix S5 Mark II for the Z6 Mark III. Now, as many of you know, I'm a huge fan of Lumix cameras. I love the Lumix S5 Mark II. I just bought the Lumix S5 Mark II X about a couple weeks ago. So I'm a huge fan of their camera, the capabilities, the color, everything. But there's a particular reason why I decided to just switch it out last minute for the Z6 Mark III. So with that said, I'm going to take off the S5 Mark II. First of all, like if you're doing real estate or anything, I'm not a huge professional in real estate. I'm getting into it. I'm expanding my offerings and services as a photographer, videographer to potential clients. And that's one thing I'm going to implore that many of you do out there, which is to create ways to add value so that you can still have money coming in. So being a one-trick pony isn't going to work unless you already were a one-trick pony 10 years ago, or even hell, 5 years ago, and you made a serious name for yourself. If you're not, and you're getting into trying to make this hobby an actual profession, then guess what? You need to add value. One easy way to add value is to diversify the offerings that you can have people pay for, right? So create more services that are relatable to photography. One easy way is to get into video. Another way is to diversify what kind of video work you do or what kind of photography you do. All right. So anyway, so this year I decided to get into real estate video content production. So that's generally 75% is video and 25% is photos. Okay. So interior, exterior property, as well as branding photos for the agents themselves. So it can be professional headshots and lifestyle kind of photography work, content that they know they need and hope they have to post on social media, etc., to promote their business. So that's why I have this gimbal already balanced out and everything. I'll have to rebalance it once I put the Z6III on there. So anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead here. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I'll be more than glad to answer them. But most importantly is that I just want to share my journey as I put this bag together. Okay, so there we go. All right, and if you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button. It's free 99. All right, so boom, bada bing. I absolutely love this gimbal. I considered the RS4 Pro. I bought this about a year before no, not a year, a couple months, unfortunately, before the RS4 Pro dropped. And so it is what it is, but it is an amazing workhorse. Absolutely nothing wrong with the RS3 Pro. One thing that I wish I could have, like my little gimbal has right here, the phone gimbal, is the face detect function like the RS4 Mini has. That is super cool and so helpful. So that's the only thing I wish I had. All right. So FYI, I use a V-mount battery attached to it right here so that you could power the entire rig. It is a game changer. Now this does add weight, a lot more weight, but to power the whole rig with the V-mount battery, clutch, okay? Especially when you want to use a monitor and your camera, everything else, and it powers the actual gimbal. So that's pretty cool. So let me grab this camera right here. As you know from my title of this live stream, I'm actually going to be using the Z6 Mark III. Okay. I use this camera for all of my YouTube videos. Any video you see me upload, it's shot on the Z6 Mark III. It has very reliable autofocus, fantastic photos, and it's basically, quite honestly, well, I only have two mirrorless cameras from Nikon. It's a Z8 and this, but I use this by far the most just because of how much lighter it is, and 24 megapixels is fine for 99% of things I do. Okay, but the video I get up to 6K, etc. I won't be doing 6K for real estate. Okay, but it has the capability. It's a great camera. And the reason why I decided to choose this is because I'm actually in the middle of testing out this lens. Check it out. It's the 24-70 f2.8 Mark II. Mark II. So I'm doing a full review on this lens. The latest video I did is, yes, exactly, King Kruk. The latest video I did was my first fashion runway shoot, or my first time actually shooting with this lens. Okay. Now, this Friday, I'm going to be doing the real estate video shoot. And I thought, hey, wouldn't that be a perfect opportunity to test out the video capability of this lens? So therefore, I was like, you know what? There's nothing wrong with the Lumix, but I'm going to switch it out and I'm going to use the Z6III, and this will be great. 24-70, give me some wide, give me some close-up shots for the product shots. I think this is going to be a great setup right here. I'm also going to bring a wide lens. I'm going to bring the Viltrox 16 mil f1.8 lens to get those big, wide, establishing shots for the real estate video. But overall, I think this is going to be the camera setup for most of my content I'm shooting that day. All right. If you have any questions, let me know down below. In the meantime, in between times, smash that like button, okay? I only got one like. I don't know what it is. I'm not charging for likes, people, all right? Smash the like. Gee, I swear sometimes when you ask for a like, it's as if you're asking someone to give up their baby, okay? All right, so I'm putting on the plate here. Let me give you guys a little secret weapon right here. Secret weapon is this. You see this? It's a quarter. If you have a rig or a gimbal in this case, a quarter is like the best tool you can have. Okay? Because that's how you're gonna be able to tighten and loosen this little screw here. And so much part of a camera rig, this can loosen and tighten all the time. Keep a quarter on you. It's such a good little tool and it'll do the job. Now, I do have other tools, but this thing here is great and it's strong. So you can really tighten it. All right. So that's a little, if you ever, if someone asks you, how'd you learn about that little secret weapon? You let them know Robertsville Photography hooked you up. Because I care. Okay. Sharing is caring. The video is clipped left is right. Huh. The video is flipped. Left is right. Oh, okay. Let me see how I can switch that. Can I switch that on this live stream? Let me see. It doesn't really give me those features. Let me see here. What is that? At least 1 minute of content is needed to create a short. Okay, I don't want to do that. It doesn't really give me a whole lot of flexibility when it says video is flipped, left is right. Okay, so I do apologize. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, I do apologize. I'm not sure how to switch that. Yeah, I don't know how. Okay, light it up. Okay, that's what it wants me to do. Yeah, it just gives me like beauty functions. Okay, so I apologize, truth seeker. It is. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not sure what to say. Okay. All right. So we're gonna mount this puppy on here like so. Okay. Boom, bada, bang. And there we go. This thing is. Let me do that. Cool. And now that we got that on there, now I gotta figure out why in the blue blade. Oh, there we go. I gotta mount it this way. Why won't it let me? There we go. Cool. Make sure that's on tight. Now, this is a guesstimate to the balance because obviously I haven't balanced it. When I balance this, I mean, if for anybody who has never balanced a gimbal, let me put it like this. Let me put, Jesus, you're in Amazon now with me. What's going on here? Hold on. Let me move this light so it doesn't get into your into my camera lens. Yeah, that's better. What is that? What in the oh, duh. Turn that off. Cool. All right, is that better, everybody? Hey, from India, thank you so much for tuning in. VJ, thank you so much. Okay, so now what we have, let me turn on this little light. I got some, you know what? I don't know if I can turn it on. I'm not going to mess with it and get off this app. All right, so we got right here the RS3 Pro with my Nikon Z6 Mark III. All right, now what I'm going to do is, let's come down here. All right. Cool. This is actually pretty good. I actually like this little spot. Cool. All right. So what we got here is a Nikon Z6 Mark III attached to the RS3 Pro. That's the DJI gimbal. And if anybody's considering getting a gimbal or anything DJI, you better get it now while the inventory is still okay. Okay, this ban is really killing us. That's for those who are here in the United States. Okay. Now, when I balance this puppy, I always balance it while it's off. So I'm gonna loosen this thing up. Okay, where the heck is my stupid little thing here? There we go. Cool. So there it is. Look at it. It's acting crazy. Now, right now, I have it. See this little, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but right here is a bracket that allows me to shoot horizontal. Okay. So clearly it's not balanced. So first I'm gonna, there we go. That's actually pretty good. What I really like about getting a RS3 Pro, and that's what I recommend if you're considering a gimbal, go hard in the paint. Get the Pro and get the creative kit. Just get everything because it's way cheaper if you just get it all and pay for it up front. Okay. And it balances very quick. Like it's super quick. I got the mini, the RS3 mini, and it always takes forever to balance. RS3 Pro, you could balance it so quick. So, all right. So I got the left and the right action going. You can see right here, it's definitely off. Again, I have the Z6III with the 24-70 f2.8 version 2 lens attached. And since I'm shooting video, this should be super advantageous because it has internal zoom. So that's super cool. All right. Thank you everybody who's in here. If you're in here, please smash that like, okay? Smash it. And for today only, it's free 99. All right. Let me see. I see. Yep, better buy them now. Exactly. Creations by T. Jones. Yes, you better buy it while you can. I'm actually considering picking up a DJI Nano 2 drone just for content creation before they run out. Anywho, so let's go ahead and balance this puppy. There we go. Boom, that's actually pretty solid. Look at that. And then as soon as you get it, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it. Look at that. Look how fast I was able to balance that. That's pretty quick, right? Boom. So if it balances like this perfectly while it's off, then you know you got it balanced. Okay. Again, I'm not a gimbal expert, but I can tell you what doesn't work because guess what? I've made so many mistakes. This is the fastest way. So far it looks really, really good. And ironically, it wasn't too far off with the Lumix S5 Mark II. Okay, it wasn't too far off. So it looks pretty solid. Hold on. Let me make sure. No, that looks pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this puppy on. Whoa. Oh, my camera's following me. Let's see here. Oh, I am from the San Francisco Bay Area, VJ. Okay, San Francisco. Okay, it's probably the best way. California, in the United States. Yeah, creations. Look, it was pretty quick, right? I mean, I didn't plan on it. I didn't what do you call it? Balance it at all. I just put it on and here it is. And I adjusted it accordingly. Let me stop this autofocus, this face detect. Stop. Let me see if it'll do it from this hand. There we go. Sorry guys, my face detect started doing a great job, but kind of didn't need that right now. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this sucker on. There we go. Hey, look at that. And the green light. So I'm just showing you, I'm not BSing you. Green light means it's well balanced. If you can see that right there, that means it's green light, it's good to go. All right. So here it is, shooting horizontal content with the Z6 Mark III. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hey, that autofocus, this Z6 III, I don't care what anybody says. This camera is quick. Okay. I definitely have to readjust what settings for this upcoming show. Oh, it's on my YouTube setting. There we go. All right. Look at that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, this autofocus, I don't care what anybody says. The autofocus just fine with Nikon cameras. Okay. This thing is cool. All right. So there we are with the Z6 III with the 24-70 attached. 24-70 Mark II. And this is why I chose to go with this camera, just because I want to do a full real world review that includes video and photography when I'm reviewing this lens. And if you want super detailed specs and all that, you're going to have to go to another channel. I like doing more real world or everyday man camera reviews. All right, we're going to get right to the nitty. How well does it perform? How well does it feel? How is the balance? And keep it simple, because ultimately that's what matters. Me sharing how many diaphragms and blades and all this jazz doesn't really help you at all. Seriously. What really does help you is, does it fit into your workflow? Okay. I'm going to share you my experience, and you're going to watch 5 other channels about this lens, and then you make your decision from there. All right. But I'm going to keep it simple. Keep it real. Oh, that is why this camera keeps turning on the autofocus, is because I keep talking like this, okay? And using those fingers aren't going to help me. Yeah, that's how the autofocus of the gimbal, or the phone gimbal, turns on, is if I make that gesture. So it's doing a great job. I just don't need it to turn on right now. All right. There we go. Okay. So thank you everybody tuning in. Let me see here. We got Vic in the house, a moderator. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got Creations. He said, I have a Weeble 2 paired with my Nikon Z2. Is it? Let me see what you said. I'm sorry, I can't read from that distance. Yeah, it is a couple minutes to get it right if I take off. Okay, that's pretty awesome, actually. That's actually good to know. I really like this. It feels really good. It's not heavy. I've shot with this rig for a wedding for about 6 hours. I really liked it a lot. And this feels great. And once I completely rig it out, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to power this whole rig using a 99-watt V-mount battery right here from Neewer. Okay. I've attached mine right here, and I'm going to be able to have a monitor. Where is that monitor? I don't think it's in here, is it? Nope. Where is the monitor? I'm going to have, geez, I have everything. Oh, here it is. It's right in front of me. I'm going to use this monitor, the DJI Shinobi Go. Oh, it's DJI. What am I? Oh my God, I'm a bit of brave fart. It's the Atomos Shinobi Go. Okay, 5-inch monitor. That's what I'm going to have attached. It's going to look something like this. Okay, it's going to look something like this. Boom, bada bing. See that? Whole rig. It's going to end up being powered by this V-mount. I can recharge the handle battery here. It's going to power the Lumix via a USB-C. A Lumix, excuse me. God, I'm having so many mistakes. It's going to power the Nikon Z6 III via a USB-C into the V-mount. And I have a dummy battery for the Shinobi Go that will go right here via a D-tap. So I could power the entire rig like so. Boom, I'm ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever it is I need, I can totally do it. Yeah, very cool. All right. So, yeah. So that's going to be the primary setup for my real estate video shoot. But that is just the beginning, okay? Aside from this rig that I just put together, there we go. I have other gear and other lenses I plan on bringing, and I'm going to share all that with all of you out there. So let me power this down. Awesome. I love that I get to do that. That is really cool. And especially when I'm shooting like events or weddings in particular, being able to lock down and run and gun is really cool. Or if I just need to take a break, it really makes this whole thing travel friendly. Okay. Oh, I didn't slip this on there all the way. There we go. Okay. So now I can travel with this whole thing without worrying about it. All right. Cool. Boom, bada bing. So we'll put that over there. Let's answer some questions real quick. Let's see here. Nikon Z6II. Sorry, I wish I got the Ronin instead. Yeah, the Ronin is they cost money, right? Let's be honest. But you do get what you pay for. In some instances, it's absolutely worth just paying a couple bucks more. So in this case, with the RS3 Pro, it's worth it because what I did at first is I went with the RS3 Mini, and guess what? I paid for it because the payload. I should have just went hard in the paint. I was trying to be cheaper, etc., etc. All right, let me see. I just there we go. I keep doing a stupid hand gesture that turns this thing on. So it's doing a great job. The Hoham M7 does not slack. This thing keeps going, but unfortunately, I keep turning it on. Let me actually turn this thing up. Take off the gesture. Okay, so with all that said, yeah, go hard to paint. Just buy the RS3 Pro or 4 Pro, whichever one, and get the creative kit. Because guess what, you end up using all those little features and doodads, and it costs more later. And guess what? I mean, not guess what, but and again, it's the payload that you really want. You want to be able to have a higher maximum payload depending on the lenses you want to attach. Right now, what you saw having the 24 to 70 2.8 version 2, it doesn't have any issue carrying this setup. And I really like that. It has zero issue carrying that setup. It's super light, which means the gears are going to not have to work as hard and ultimately kill your dang battery. Okay. So let me share what I am packing in my bag aside from that gear there. Let's see here. Hey, good. Hey, does all this weigh a lot? No, it actually doesn't, which is shocking. The Shinobi Go is a super lightweight monitor. It's a super lightweight monitor. That's why I went with it. It has a cage on it right now by Small Rig, but you don't have to. You don't have to use this cage. You don't have to. You can make it even lighter. It's super light. Then everything else is not heavy. It just isn't. It really isn't. And that's kind of why I like this setup, really. All right. Let me see what the other question is. Hey, was it Sim Hat? Okay, I'm gonna mess up. Digital SSBL 2022. Thank you for saying hi. Really appreciate that. We have Albert Jimenez says, "Wow, we've come a long way. I remember when I had to carry battery packs and lay down wires, tapping them to the floor to avoid getting sued or kicked off the street. It really is mind-boggling. It really is. I could power my entire rig. Dang it. Let me press this. There we go. I could power my entire rig. Okay. Power my entire rig with this. All right. That includes. There we go. Sorry about that. Someone tried calling, even though I have do not disturb. I mean, that is annoying. Let me make sure my do not disturb is on because that is annoying. Thought I had that on. Uh, There we go. Boy, that's annoying. Someone calls and knocks off my live stream. Okay. So yeah, so the cool thing is that I can power my entire kit with just this lens. I'm bringing two of them. I always bring two, right? Think redundancy. You never know. And Murphy's Law is always around the corner. So there's a saying I go by that I heard. I believe the military uses it, but 3 is 2, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Okay. It's such a good saying, especially for photographers and videographers out there, especially when you're shooting solo. So I always try to bring two at bare minimum when it comes to memory cards or V-mount batteries in this case and stuff like that. So I have those two, and guess what? I even have a backup in case that stuff goes down. I bring this bad boy right here, okay? And this is going to give me some more juice or being able to recharge some of these batteries. So there you go. So I recommend bringing something like this as well, a power pack, whether it be for your laptop, charging batteries, or keeping the handle grip charged on the gimbal. So those are a couple of things that I plan on bringing. Creations says that's actually pretty good. Actually pretty good, especially with the weight. Yeah, it's way lighter than I thought it would be, and it's way lighter than it looks. Okay, that I will say, it's way lighter than it looks. Really is. Again, if you enjoy this content, make sure you smash that like and of course subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I go live. I will be going live on Thursday for another weekly live stream of Let's Talk Photography. Anyway, let's talk about what gear I'm packing in the bag. Let me go up a little bit. Let's go up like this. There we go. Awesome. All right. Cool. In the meantime, hit that like button, everybody. I'm offering a very low price of $3.99 to smash that like. All right. So I have the Z6 Mark III right here. I have the 24-70 f2.8 version 2 attached to it. That's going to be the workhorse for the real estate video shoot. Now, here's the other lens that I'm going to be bringing because one thing you do want is wide shots. You want a wide lens. I'm going to be using the Viltrox 16mm f1.8 lens. All right. It's a very nice lens because it's wide and it's not heavy. It really is not a heavy lens at all. And at 1.8, I'm going to be able to get some nice, well-exposed shots. Now, I won't be shooting 1.8 when I'm using this lens. I'm probably going to be more likely shooting at f4, okay, to get some nice, detailed, sharp, wide establishing shots. Again, it's very lightweight and it's inexpensive. It has a 77mm filter thread, and I believe so does this one. Okay, let me see. That's 77, and this one is 77 as well. So the Nikon and this Viltrox lens are going to be able to share ND filters, which is great because that means I only need to bring one set or two. I usually bring two of each filter size. So in this case, if it's 77, I'm going to bring two. Okay. I have two 67mm filter threads, 72, 77, and 82 on purpose. So therefore, when I'm at the shoot, I can easily replace my lenses and still have ND filters, saving me that much time. Because for me, it's all about efficiency of my workflow on the day of the shoot. So if I only have one 77mm filter thread, as I change out the lens, then I have to take off this ND filter here, then put it on here, and it just slows things down that much more. Albert says, I remember a decade ago, old school photographers used to look at the Vagabond mini battery pack as futuristic. Oh, yeah. I used to have it. I used to have it. When I first started shooting, I had the battery pack and thought I was awesome. I also had I still do, the Palsy Buff battery pack, which has two what is it? Outlets in it, and a USB A import, and I thought that thing was awesome. So if you don't know about the Palsy Buff power pack, you better check it out. Creation says, I sure thinking about buying Viltrox lenses. Yeah, I love Viltrox lenses. I have numerous Viltrox lenses for Nikon. I think I have about 5 of them. I love them. I have the 135, I have the 16 mil, I have a 40, a 26, I believe it is. And my next lenses will be the 85 1.4 and the 35 1.2 lens for Nikon mirrorless. I love them. I've never had an issue with autofocus, so if you're considering Viltrox, I highly recommend them. They don't sponsor me. I wish they did. They don't, so don't worry. I'm literally sharing you my positive experience with shooting still images with Viltrox. It's always been a great experience for me. So anyway, this is the it's not the lab, it's the Pro series lens here for the 16 f1.8, and it's built well, all metal body, no complaints. So I'm going to be using that right there. He said, okay. Yeah. Hey, I've never had an issue with Viltrox. I actually really like them a lot. And for Nikon, they're killing the game right now for offering affordable, high quality glass for Z mount every time. So we're going to take that. I am going to bring my 51.2 lens. Okay, this is the Nikon King Kong Beast, the first f1.2 lens for Z mount that came out for Nikon. I love it. Even though it's 82 millimeter filter thread, this is for the branding video I plan to shoot. So talking head, okay? And with the talking head, it'll be on a tripod. It won't be on this bad boy right here. It'll be on another DJI. No, it'll be on a small rig tripod that I have. Okay, but I want to do a branding video, so this thing is going to be great. I'll be shooting more than likely about f2 on that one with the Z6 Mark III, and that ironically is the setup that I do for my YouTube videos. So if you're wondering about the quality of the Z6 Mark III and the 51.2 lens together for video, well, guess what? You're going to have to subscribe, because the video that is uploading tomorrow is shot with that little setup right there. All right. Anyway, I love this lens. If you've been following me and subscribe to this channel, you know I always talk about this lens. It's not cheap. It is definitely not light, but boy, it's gorgeous. Every time, photos and video. I will put my name on this every single time. So I'm definitely going to bring this. This will be for the talking head portion. Again, wide establishing video shots is going to be shot with this 16 mil. It's 16 mil. It's a prime lens, f1.8 from Viltrox. And then again, 24-70 f2.8 version 2 lens will be the workhorse. Creation says sold. I'm telling you, I don't care what. If you get a lab lens or Pro series from Viltrox, you will not complain. Here, look. Look what I got right there. I was considering bringing this bad boy. All right, the King of King. The 135 f1.8 lens. I bought this. I bought all these lenses. They didn't sponsor me. Okay. 135. This lens is gorgeous for portraits, headshots, every time. Delicious bokeh. All right. For most people, I think the 85 1.4 would be fantastic for most people. The 135 is great. Only thing is, guess what? You're going to need a little bit more space between you and your subject. The 85 is going to provide you a lot more flexibility, and it's going to destroy that background. All right, delicious bouquet. That's why I'm going to get that 85. I really think out of Viltrox, the 85-1.4 for Nikon is the best valued lens for portraits. Again, for portraits. What is the other? Don't I have another? I swear. Okay, here's more. I have this one here. This one is the 40. What is this thing? It is the oh, here it is, 40 mil. It's a 40 mil f2.5. Very odd aperture, but whatever. It's a little plastic wonder, super lightweight, but it's super sharp. I actually used it during a live stream. I was very impressed with it. It is autofocus, but it's super lightweight, etc. It's not weather sealed, but hey, it'll get the job done. I tested out that lens. It's cool. Now, this lens I have a lot of fun with from Viltrox. A 28 millimeter, and it's a fixed aperture at 4.5. Okay, I like this little feature. It's only 99 bucks for this lens. Super cool. Made out of metal, little pancake, little son of a gun, but it's super sharp. It's super fun to use. Great for ZF, great for Z6 Mark III. That's what I used to use it with a lot. Okay, so I really like this lens. I did a review on it. Check it out on my channel. Super fun to use. 99 bucks. Cannot complain. Very, very fun lens. Okay. Anyway, I won't be bringing those lenses. As I mentioned, let me show you. Got the 51.2 right here. I got the Viltrox 16 f1.8 right here. 24-70 f2.8 right there. So those are the three lenses that I'm going to be rocking with. Primary video will be shot with these two lenses, and then the 50 is going to be for the talking head / branding video portion of the shoot. So I'm going to put that in the bags like so. Boy, I wish I had a good reason to bring the 135 Viltrox. That would be super fun. But when I plan to shoot the lifestyle and professional portraits for the real estate agent, I actually do want some of the background. I want context to be able to provide to their photos so that when they use it on their social media, they can actually showcase that they're a real estate agent. So I got to show some home, right? If I just absolutely destroy the background, that's cool and all, but I think it also may take away from them showing that, hey, I'm a real estate agent. And honestly, using a 135 could be very fun, but I'm not sure how much space I'm going to have between my subject, myself, and the background. Okay, so the 135 may be a little bit limiting in this case. If I had the Viltrox 85, it would go in the bag, that's for sure. All right, let me see here. Any questions? So far, it looks like we're good to go. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that like button. Come on, people. We got 14 people watching right now. And right now, it is currently absolutely free to smash that like. And guess what? That's what you need to do if you like this kind of content. It actually helps me out. Is the most affordable way to support this channel. Okay, so let me get some water. So that I can keep this party going. Okay, folks? I gotta keep the party going. But the best way to do that is get some water. All right. I shouldn't have wore the sweater for this live stream. It's feeling pretty warm. All right. Thank you very much. King Kruk, Viltrox lenses do look solid. They surprised me. They really have. Like if you shoot, you guys know I use Panasonic Lumix a lot. And if I was to recommend my favorite third-party lens for Panasonic, it'll be Sigma all day. That's why I have the Sigma 35, okay, an L mount, and I have a lot more. I have an 85, I have a 35, a 24, the 24 to 70. I think those are the four that I have. I absolutely will live and die by Sigma for third party for Panasonic all day. So that's how passionate I feel about Viltrox for Nikon. All day, these lenses perform, and the price point you simply can't beat. Okay, $899 for the 135 1.8. Come on, people. The 85 1.4 for only $598. Oh my God, it's fantastic. I would absolutely get it in a heartbeat. Okay. If you want to see me get that lens, click that join button and become a member of this channel. For a lot of people that don't know, I do monthly exclusive members only live streams. I just did it this morning. It's called Coffees and Cameras. All right. And it's a live stream specifically for members of my channel only. And it's only $2.99. And you get to join my photography members only Discord channel. Only for $2.99 a month. Support this channel if you enjoy what I do, and if you enjoy supporting creatives out there providing entertainment and informational content. It's the easiest way to do it. And I already know you out there had a cup of coffee once this month, and it costs more than supporting this channel for $2.99. All right. So anyway, all you got to do is click that join, support this channel. Let's see. Do we have anything else? All right. Let me show you more of what I'm packing. By the way, this is my SD card holder right here. This is what I carry my CF Express Type B cards in there. Got 2 of them. I'm gonna bring this, even though I don't need all 3 of them. I have a Lexar 128 gig card in there already. I'm gonna shoot at 1080. Okay, I know that sounds shocking. I'm shooting at 1080, 60 frames a second. That's all I need because the walkthrough video is going to be on social media. You don't need more than 1080 really. Now, the talking head portion, I'm going to do at 4K. That's a fact. That'll be at 4K, 30 frames. It's going to look pretty smooth, pretty sharp. Okay, and that's for the talking head portion. But I already know because I already wrote. I helped them ideate the script and etc. So it's going to be about a 1-minute video. It's going to be good to go. They're going to be able to professionally use it to showcase who they are as a realtor. And then the walkthrough video, I'm going to shoot at 1080, 60 frames because they're only going to use it for social media pretty much. And at 60 frames, I can slow it down. So that's going to be really nice. I'm going to be able to slow it down 2.5 times. Edit on a 1080, 24 frames a second timeline. So here's for my memory cards. Let me pack these lenses up. Oh, wait, not the 135. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be doing 2 V-mount batteries right here. Whoops, Jesus. Okay, 2 of those. It'll last all day easily. Very easy. I've shot weddings and didn't go through 2. Okay. So pack these 2 things up. And because of what I mentioned earlier about 3 is 2, 2 is 1, 1 is none, I have 2 handle grip batteries for the gimbal. Okay, so here's the second one. So if when one needs to charge, I'll keep it going and start charging the second one. And I love that the fact that it charges via USB-C. Super handy. I could charge it with my portable pack or in the wall, whichever way works at that time. So I got that. I'm bringing 2 kinds of light. Okay, because the walkthrough video, I may have the realtor in it, etc., or the real estate, the agent in it. So I want to be able to have a nice little light to go on top here, right there. That's going to be nice. That is going to be nice. Now, this little thing is literally, gosh, I want to say it's less than $25. It's a small rig little light. It's RGB and it's bright as hell. Okay. Here it is at 100. It is bright. It is bright. I'm telling you, this sucker's bright. Oh, Jesus. A little cube thing. And it's RGB and it comes with like all these others, you can totally do whatever you want with it. There we go. Let me go back to where it was. And it has other effects in this thing. Okay. Whoops. Let me go back to other effects. There we go. We can ooh, look at that. Oh, such effects. Anyway, I like bringing this because it's lightweight. It's small. It can fit in your pocket. It comes with its own little cold shoe mount that you can attach. You can take it off if you wanted to. You press it and comes off. Okay, it's not coming off. But either way, it comes off. So it's really cool, very small, very cheap and affordable. Sticks right on top of there, but it's bright. All right. So I have that. And then I have a regular panel as well from ProMaster. I really like a panel just because it gives me a little bit more wide coverage. The smaller the light, as you know, can be a little bit harder. And this is just a hair bit lighter, but still very travel friendly. I have a screw here for the cold shoe mount, and I like that it has this little removable grid. So that's pretty cool if I want to focus the light. Again, they're both USB-C chargeable, and I'm bringing two in case one goes down. I do have a drone. I have an old drone, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I have to, you know what? It is what it is. I have an old drone. Okay, it's a DJI drone. It's the Mavic. Mavic Air 2 or something. What is this thing? It's the Mavic Air 2. Okay, I really love using this drone. It's so much fun, but it's freaking old. Okay, I know it's old because the features I need and what I'm accustomed to is not in this drone. Right, so it is what it is. I even think the slow-mo is still at 1080 120p. All right, but hey, it gets the job done, and it is what it is. All right, but I'm seriously considering upgrading this because I actually do need it more. I use it a lot more than I ever have, quite honestly, just because there are certain shots, especially if you're shooting real estate, you got to have a drone. You got to have a drone. It really adds that touch of sex appeal to your video, and that's one thing you want to be able to give your client, which is value. Again, as I said at the beginning, you want to be able to offer more value. Everybody is great at recording video and taking photos, but a few really know how to add value. And boy, drone shots, that adds a lot of sex appeal and value to your video. So I'm adding this here. And if you do decide on getting a drone, get the creator combo. Don't be cheap. I have 3 batteries that came with it, the remote control and the whole doodads. Okay. It's well worth it. It really is. Let me see here. Do we have any? Rob, bringing out pro gear. Time to get that bag. Yeah, King Krunk, I am working hard out here. Okay. I'm like tap dancing. I'm the Sammy Davis Jr. of the photography YouTube game. Believe that. All right. That's my inspiration. Sammy Davis Jr. out here. All right. So we got the batteries, we got the lenses. We're gonna bring 3 lenses with us. Wait, is there any other lenses? I think that's what I'm gonna bring with me. Of course, I have my filters. Gotta bring the filters. There's numerous size ND filters. I tend to just go straight for variable ND just because of how simple they are. You put one on and then you get like 4 stops or 5 stops all within one ND filter. I really like that, So let's be honest, variable NDs are just way better to work with. Okay. Boom, bada bing. So we got that. The one thing I do like about constant ND filters is that once you put them on, you don't have to worry about ever accidentally touching it and readjusting your ND. So that is the one annoying thing about variable NDs for sure. Okay. All right. So we got that. We got our memory in here. Extra battery pack. Right. We got that in there. We have our camera system. I am actually going to bring the Nikon Z8 for still photography because I like how this is rigged up. I'm going to keep it on this. And then when I do photography, I'm going to use the Z8 for the photography. So that's for their headshots, portraits, and lifestyle photos. For real estate, I'm going to use the Z8. Boom. Now, because I have that, I have these 3 lenses. Let me throw in an 85. There we go. Now, this lens I reviewed a little while back. It's the Yongnuo 85 f1.8 lens. Okay. This is why I mean I really this lens is fun to use. It's great. There's nothing wrong with it. Full metal build, etc. f1.8. But I honestly should be having that Viltrox 85 1.4. Let's be honest, folks, right? I should be taking portraits with that. So I'm gonna pack this anyway. I'm probably gonna end up using the 50 mil, the 50 f1.2 for the portraits, but I'm gonna pack an 85 just in case. I think it might work out better. Okay. A part of capturing great portraits is using the right lenses. Otherwise, we'll just use one for everything. So I'm gonna bring that extra one because bringing a 1.8 lens isn't gonna weigh me down that much more. But having that option could be what do you call it? Can make or break my situation. All right, so we got that. We got our lenses. Still photography camera is going to be the Z8. My video is going to be all with the Z6 Mark III. I'm going to shoot 4K 30 for the talking head. I'm going to shoot 1080p for the walkthrough video. Do I use the Z105 2.8 macro? I won't be bringing that lens. I absolutely love that lens, and I have it right over there, but I won't be bringing that lens. It's a great lens, not fast enough in the autofocus department, though. That's the only thing. It's great for detail shots if I have the time, but in this case, I don't. I may have as little as 2 hours to knock out the photos, talking head, branding video, and the walkthrough. So autofocus in that lens is not the fastest. It's super duper good though. Super nice and sharp. Okay. So yeah, that's my only gripe. Let me see here. All right. So there it is right here. It's a fantastic lens. So when I pull out this lens, it's usually for like weddings and product photography, detail shots that I have some time to really make sure that the focus is on point. But it's not fast enough for me for what I'm doing. Okay, so that's the only thing. Excellent lens, fantastic buy, good price, honestly, and it's super lightweight. I like this lens a lot, but just not in this case. All right, so we're gonna pack the Z8 right here. So now I got the Z8. I got my cards. Got a lot of things going for me right now. Here's my monitor. I'm gonna put the monitor right up top here. So that's good to go. And then I have my drones. I still have plenty of space in this camera bag, believe it or not. It's crazy. The bag that I'm using is called the Sack Pack version 2. I did a review on this like 2 weeks ago. I posted the video and I packed it for a portrait photography, flash photography situation. But man, for video, it's freaking awesome to be able to have everything in one bag on my back. It's awesome. I'm gonna have 2 cameras, a gimbal, drone, batteries, accessories, lenses, everything all in one bag. That is crazy cool. All right. So if you want to see the review of this bag, go check it out. It's on my channel called the SAK Pack, SAKK Pack version 2. All right. As I mentioned earlier, I always keep a quarter on me for adjusting my gear. Man, a quarter is such a powerful tool for creators. We got that up top. What is this other stuff? Oh yeah. This is like my little tool pouch, my little think tank tool pouch right there. See that? I'm gonna have more SD cards. I have a little tool. You guys seen this little small rig tool? Whoops. Right there. That's what I use a lot. Has like little tools and doodads. But oh, I'm telling you, nothing beats the quarter. Nothing beats having a quarter. So it has other like wrenches and everything I put in here. It's like my little tool pouch. And I just keep it right on the side. Now, I'm going to break down the camera. Here's a Z6 Mark III. Let me see. Question. So you use the Z8 for macro product photography versus the Z6III since it's higher res? Okay, that's a great question. In this case, I'm using the Z6III just for video because, first of all, I don't need more than 6K for real estate. It's lighter weight, so therefore, it's not going to put as much strain on the motors of the gimbal. Ergo, battery lasts longer. It's lightweight. Okay. So the Z8, I just don't need the capabilities of the Z8 to be on the gimbal, adding more weight, etc. Unnecessary. So I'll use the Z8 for the photography. And yes, I'll be shooting at 45 megapixel, etc. for the headshot. So yes, I am getting more resolution and it can't hurt to have it. So yes, to your point. And what's the other one? The Z6III is video because its sensor has less rolling shutter. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. I really like using, when it comes to video, I don't know what it is. I pick up the Z6III first. I like the Z8. I like everything it does. Yes, I get ProRes RAW. Yes, I get up to 8K. I just don't use those things a whole lot. I use this because it's just travel friendly. It's lightweight. It packs a hell of a punch. There's nothing wrong with it. Boom, bada bing. So that's it. So when I shoot video for Nikon, I tend to pick up the Z6III. When I do photography, oh, let's be honest, that Z8, king of king. Okay, you can't beat it. Let's see here. I mean, technically, let's be honest. I could do both photos and video with either of the cameras, and I'll be fine. All right, so we're gonna put this away. Boom, we got that away. Jeez, look at me. All right, yeah, we'll just put that away for now. And then, so I have two cameras in here. I have a drone. I have my monitor, two V-mount batteries, plenty of batteries. After that, two little lights, 4 lenses. Wait, how many lenses? Yeah, 4 lenses total, 1 attached, 3 extra. And I still have space left over. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let me put that there. What the heck am I doing? Put that there, put this here. Now we're going to take this bad boy apart. Again, I have 2 battery grip handles. Okay. Let me just do this. Do it like this first. Can I just put it away like that? Oh, snap, I can. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay. There we go. Here's the gimbal. Fits perfectly inside the bag. Then, yep, it does. Wow. Put the handle here. Oh, let me tighten this little thing. This thing's getting loose. Any questions, anybody? Do you prefer ProRes RAW over Nikon RAW? Well, ProRes RAW is just so much more universally able to be used in different platforms, editing platforms. So I would probably stick with ProRes RAW just for that. You know, as long as I can still get that 12-bit action. But I barely, well, for real estate, I'm not gonna shoot that. That is super large files, and there's no reason for me to do that, knowing what the usage of the video is at the end of the day. Um, yeah, it's gonna be social media. So if anything, I would still shoot. Um, honestly, I'm gonna shoot H.265 N log. Okay, if I want just that a little bit more dynamic range, and that's it. I'll be fine because um ProRes RAW and NRAW and everything else is great. There's nothing wrong with it. But ultimately, that's if you're looking to have extreme amount of dynamic range and latitude when in post-production. Okay. That means you're going to be spending some time editing it. And you need that storage space for all those files. So when I choose a codec to use, I'm thinking about my workflow, and also how is the client going to use this at the end of the day. If they're using a walkthrough video, it's like a vertical video for social media, why would you be shooting NRAW, ProRes RAW, or anything like that? That's ridiculous. That's overkill and adding way more work to your plate. And therefore, you're probably going to be getting undercharged. I mean, you're probably undercharging because of the amount of time you got to spend processing. Screw that. I like to go for efficiency. I want efficiency, quick turnover. Okay. Highest amount of quality, fastest turnover. H.265 N-Log is going to be just fine, and no one's going to know a thing if you properly expose, if you properly correct the color balance. You get all those things right, no one will know. That's why a lot of times there's stuff shot with an iPhone. We're sitting here like, oh my God, it's shot with an iPhone because everything else was done right. Proper lens choice, or filters, exposure, white balance, all those stuff was taken care of. That's what I plan on doing. And guess what? I'm gonna use a fraction of my memory card in comparison to using ProRes. So, but there's a time and a place for everything. If I'm shooting a documentary, if I'm shooting a commercial shoot or something like that, which may require a lot of latitude, well, guess what? I'm going to probably shoot ProRes RAW just because it's more universally acceptable across different editing platforms. Whew. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Moldenite, thank you so much. And I appreciate the question. It's a great question. For anybody else hanging out, make sure you smash that like button, all right? Let's try to get at least 10 likes. Can you help me get to 10 thumbs ups? Smash the like. All right, so we got the handle. We're going to put that away. We're going to put the little stand away right here. And I'm going to have another quick sip of water here because I'm thirsty. All right. Got our tool pouch right here. So we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Bam. Look at that. This bag is called the there we go. The Sack Pack by Sack Gear, SAKK. Sack Pack version 2.0. As you saw, it easily fit 4 lenses, a drone, 3 batteries, a controller, plenty of extra batteries, my external battery, my gimbal with all its accoutrements, and still had space left over. I still have space in all these pockets. Okay, so all that fits in here with 2 camera bodies, Z6III and a Z8, all in this one bag. That is so cool. I love it. So with all that, we have this. I do plan on bringing 1 tripod, obviously, for the talking head portion video, for the branding video. So I will be bringing that as well. So let me see if we have any questions. King Kruk, that's a good amount of space. Yes, it is. It's incredible. I mean, it's not light, but think about it. You got your entire gear package on your bag. Like, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Let's see here. I think I covered pretty much what I'm packing in this bag. Of course, I'll leave a link to the bag and some other stuff down below. All right. I actually have to go eat some dinner. I'm freaking hungry. But for those who haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Of course, the best way to support this channel, if you want to see more content like this, is to become a member of the channel. It's only $2.99. I will be going live again Thursday evening at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another live episode of Let's Talk Photography. I'd love to see you all there as well. And of course, until next time, keep shooting and stay creative. Thank you for watching, everybody.